All right, welcome everybody. Let's look at some big iron. Let's look at some of the big iron mods and the large tractors. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at some of them, and then we'll get in game and we'll have a look at them. I'm gonna look at let's look at some Steigers today. Maybe the Big Buds too. We can just check them out. This one here really is cool. So Classic American Icons modding Blue 2003. Blue 2003 did most of the original 09 Steigers. They were actually Rebas is what he did, and everybody converted them into Steigers. So this is actually probably the Reba and then converted into that. But I did not know that they did this. I'm a huge Steiger fan, huge international fan. So this is super awesome that they did this. So we're gonna go check this thing out, definitely, and we're gonna check it out. So that's one right there. We're gonna look at that one. 40 pulling tractor. That's pretty cool, but I don't have that. So here is the Tiger 4 KP 525, and then the Case 9190, which is the same exact thing. We're gonna check these dudes out here. It's just a monster tractor. And then there's the international version of it. Massive machines, man, massive. So we'll check those out too. So we're gonna, like I said, pretty much let's look at the Steiger stuff, and we'll test it out. Man, maybe we'll get into this here too. This is definitely worth looking at. So it's gonna be a little bit longer of a video, but hopefully it helps you out. It's all really good stuff. This is a Tiger Series 3 made by Balua 2003. Baloo, however you say that. 2003. So this is the Steiger Series 3. So this would be the 450 horse Steiger right here. That's still a monster. It's not the 525, but it's still quite the beast. We'll go ahead and look at the this is made by Julian F. Modding. This is the Versatile. I think it says 935, but I think there is some other options in there whenever you actually mod it. Steigers, man, they're Versatiles were, you seen them around here as a kid everywhere. So I mean, they just kind of near and dear to our heart. But I think there's different options to that. We'll check that out when we get in the game. Like I said, I'll get them in game. I'll get them all out. And we'll check them out. We'll run through them. We'll look at them. Let you guys have a look. I really enjoy playing with the older iron. I don't really care so much about playing with the new stuff. So here's a ST3 series, Blue 2003 again. He's got the Spirited 76 here. We got the regular. So, oh man, what we got here? So we got power options. So he's ST220, 225, 251, which would have been an industrial. It should be yellow. The 250, 270, 280, 310, ST310, 325, and 350 horse. So those would, most of those are Panthers. The 220, 225, and 250. The 220 and 225 should actually be Bearcats. Might be Cougars. I think they're Bearcats. 251 through 270 should be Cougar. 220 or 280 might be a Cougar. The 310, 325, and 350 should be all Panther. We'll check that out when we get in there. But it's super awesome. He's got the Spirited 76 one in there too. So we'll check that out. We'll get that out there. What else do we got? So this one here, I don't think that's made by him. Maybe it is 74, so that's a 76 version. 76 export. So okay, we might get this one out here. So here's the Steiger Panther ST370 320. Excuse me. So this would have been newer. This is made by Exo Modding. These are the newer ones. So this would have been probably the last version of the Steigers before they were bought out, because it's got more of that kind of sloped in hood. So this would have been mid 80s, early 80s probably. And then you got the Steiger Series 2, blue 2003. So these were older, 1974 through 76. What else do we got? We got any other ones? Any other Steigers? Now we'll come back. We'll do some other ones too. We got the big buds. There's tons of awesome big buds in here. The Massey, the Alice. So we'll come back and do those. There's so many that are worth talking about. I just wanted to hit base on the Steigers for now. So that's what we're going. Let's check this out. Is this made by Blue? Okay, so we'll go in here and we'll check these out too. So this is Blue 2003 as well. This is actually the Series 4, 83 to 85. So this was kind of the last era, all the way up to 360. So the KM 360 would have been the biggest. These were the last series before they were bought out by International or Tenneco. Looks like he's got the Ford version in here too, as you see back here, the Ford. Because at one time Steiger made a tractor for everybody. They made them for Alice Chalmers, they made them for Ford, they made them for International. They even made John Deere. John Deere's first four-wheel drive was actually made by Steiger. If you didn't know that, sorry to break it to you, but yeah, Steiger was the king of four-wheel drives. So we'll definitely get this one too. So I'm pretty sure we've got them all covered. These are all large tractors. Most of them are made by Blue 2003, other than the ones that I told you that weren't. So all of these I do have downloaded. So we will. These two here I think are just standalone. I'm not sure who made these two. We're not going to get them because we have it over here. So alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in game and we are going to take a look at these, and we'll get them all out and see what kind of options we got, and just look them over and see. I mean, they're going to be all going to be a masterpiece. And a lot of them I've used. They're actually really nice. So stay tuned. We're going to get these all set up for you. And alright, so we are in game now. This is the actual in-game store. I didn't purchase them all. We'll just go in and talk about them. We'll look at see what they got. So let's see what all kind of options they got, and see what kind of customization that we can do to these here. So this is the Series 2. We got Series 4. Looks like Series 2 here. Series 3. This is a big 525. Looks like this is the Case IH. This was probably, okay, so this is the 525 here. This would be the 470. And then this is this new Steiger TST 650. So we'll check that out definitely. The Steiger SG320, and then we'll go over and look at the Verstaal 935. So let's get in here, let's get into it. Let's get to looking, see what they got. It looks like there's quite a bit of options. Like this is a Cougar 2, and it's going to change by the horsepower rating. As you can see, that's got a sweet little cat motor in it right now. This is a pretty nice little machine. They did a great job on it. Decals. I had some mods of these things that I did in the older farming simulators, but did a great job. I mean, look at that. The interior detail looks really nice. It's a really nice machine. Like, so these are the really old ones here. So there we go. We got our Cougar, and looks like our color configuration options. So this would have been your industrial. So like the 251. I believe there was a 281. So any of the Steigers that had a 1, so it would have been 251, 281, 271, whatever it would have been. That would have been this right here, industrial. Which basically just meant it was made for pulling pans on road jobs and stuff like that. And then co-op, I don't know. I've never seen that, so I don't know what that is. And then Spirit of 76. So this was only, I don't think you could get this on a Cougar. I think this was only available on a Panther 320. but it's super awesome, and that's super accurate. That is exactly what it looked like, so that's amazing. Did an amazing job on that. So this would be CPS export to Hungary, which would have been Raba. I'm pretty sure that's the Raba color, R-A-B-A. Bafus. I've seen this before, but I didn't know. So I guess that's just an export Steiger. Different color, different company. Export company, however it is. But anyway, we're going to go with original Steiger green. Cool little note here. Original Steiger green. So I think what original Steiger green was, it was actually a screwed up Euclid green. Is what I believe it was. So the story goes is the paint was mixed up for a mining company, and they didn't like it. And Steiger, I don't know if they liked it or they just didn't care and wanted a cheap paint for their first tractor. And that's what they did. And honestly, like I said, it looks like Euclid green. So, or a Terex green. Terexes are green, the old Euclids are green. So I kind of think that's what it was. And then they just kind of screwed it up. And they're like, hey, I'll take it. And I think that's the color. That's why it's that way. If that makes any sense. So it looks like here, let's see, 3006. So I don't know what a 3006 is. 3006. It would have been a 3406 more than likely. 3306. So there's the engine option of Cougar. So it should, if you start stepping the horsepower up, it should change. So there it goes. You can see it gets a little bit longer. So it steps out of a Cougar. Now we're into an NT 855 Cummins. So that would have been the Panther. And then it looks like the Turbo Tiger of 320. This would have been 903. 903 was a massive beast of a motor. Yeah, way more potential than what they were using it for. So that's what you got. You got the Cougar and the, looks like the 300 horse. Is it even 300 horse? Yeah. So 300 horse Cougar, and then you got a 310 horse Panther. 300 horse for a Cougar is kind of pushing it. Most of those were 280, but we'll go with it. It's okay. So 320 horse, and this is what they're calling the Turbo Tiger 2. So yeah. Now the only thing that I complain about with this machine, if you've used it in game, it is super slow. 15 mile an hour is as fast as it gets. But you know, it is what it is. So we changed the color options. You can get every color you want. We're gonna go back to the Cougar, and the Cougar's gonna be our example. Turbo tires. So you've got Michelin's on it, so you can put your Michelin's. Looks like Continentals. So Michelin, Continental, these VKTs, I don't so I don't know what VKT tires are. Nokian, I don't know them are either. Bernstein, don't know, have no idea. That's okay though. So we're just gonna stick with Trailboard. Generally, that's what I do. You know what? No, let's do Michelin, because we're gonna wind up doing some dumpers on this thing. So there's your twin wheels. That is pretty sweet looking setup right there. I think you can do triples with this now. Let's see if we can do triples. No, I changed the. Let's go back to that. So standard tire setup, twins, triples. Look at that. Tell me that's not awesome. Set of row crop triples on this thing. So there's row crop triples, standard. Now you can go wide tires. So you can do a widespread dual on as well. Standards, triples. Let's see what kind of options we get here. So you can do the bigger, so wider tires. You can go a little taller. So yeah, there's a lot of options there. Now you're in lights. Let's see what kind of light options. So we can add some extra lights on the cab. I'm guessing it gives you a little more light. Maybe it's just a view feature. I'm not really sure. Now the axle looks like it's a Raba. I'm not sure what that does. What does that do? HD Clark model. Does that add something on the back, man? I think it literally just... Oh, so we got Dana A35. So this lets you change the differential, which really probably has no bearing because it doesn't change anything really. So your glass options, you have the option to change the glass. You want a clear glass, you want to darken it out a little bit. So that's up to you. Beacons if you want to. Air filter, I'm not really sure. Let's move it over here and see what we can do with the air filter. Okay, so you can change the top. So you can put an actual pre-cleaner style up there, or you can put this style, so you can change that. Exhaust type 1, looks like we got a chrome stack on right now. Oh, no, wrong one. We'll save that. Exhaust. So, got a sweet little rain lid. So, chrome stack or rain lid, whichever one you want. The rain lid animation's really cool. Let's see, attachers. So, we're going to roll it like this so you can check this out. Attachers, 3-point, all the way. I would always put a 3-point. Your Panther and your Cougar is going to have it anyway, unless for some reason you ordered it without it, and I have no idea why you would order one of these without it. In real life, I don't know. I mean, maybe you have your option. It's your choice. You do what you want. I would never get one without that, but that's just me. Now, the front loader option would be more of the bulldozer blade. So this is actually for a dozer blade, and which is probably located in miscellaneous. But that would give you the dozer blade option, and you could use that on your silage, just pushing stuff around in general, dirt, snow, you name it, that dude's going to push it. So that's going to do it for our Steiger Series 2. So we're going to back up, and we're going to pick the next one. So this here is the Series 4 Lizard 60. I'm not sure what this one is. That looks like the KP Series Bearcat. Yeah, so this is the last series. This would have been CMs and the KPs. So this is one of the later series in here. I think mid to late 80s. Yeah. Super slick. I really like this series of Steiger right here. So we'll look through these. Let's see what we can do with these. So there you have the Ford option or the green option. So we're going to go ahead and just stay with the green option. You do have the Ford option if you want. So the KM225. We'll zoom this in a little bit. So we are now, it should be, yeah, Bearcat. So that takes us up to the Bearcat. Now we're going to go Cougar. So it's Cougar 250, Cougar 280. Now we're going to, the 325 takes us up to the Panther with 34.6 cat. SA6D, I don't know what that is. But now you were at 325 horse Panther, 325 horse, that's 855 Cummins, 360, so CM 360, 34.6 cat, DIT. So maybe is that Detroit? No, it would be Detroit. That'd be 34.6 cat. That'd be 855 Cummins 360. So there's a big dude right there. So there's your 360 horsepower Steiger Panther right there. Probably going to have a lot of the options as the last one. So it looks like wheel brand is Lizard or Trelleborg, or I don't. Why would you have Lizard? So let's see if Lizard is different. Okay, wheel setup. Let's check this out. So wide, duals, or skinny. Now if you get away from that, let's see what it does there. So really super wides or regular. Man, that looks pretty sweet. Look at that. That's a massive tire on the ground right here. Okay, so we're going to do with that. Now your beacon light option, it's up to you. Same thing with the attachers. It's not going to have the 3-point. You have the option. So here's a dozer blade attachment. And then I'm going to say it's going to give you both. But no, it's actually got a front attacher. So that would be for your tanks. So mounted fertilizer adapter. Well, this one's got quite a bit of stuff you can do to it. So that's for the front end. That's pretty sweet. Attachers. So that's front 3-point or standard. So you can do your 3-point, and then you can actually put your dozer blade mount on it too. So this here all in all is a monster. It coming in at 13.5 tons. It runs 19 miles an hour, and you've got a little bit of options with it. And then, like I said, we can turn it into a Ford. So they call it a Lizard 60. Why they use that, I don't know. Because it would have been a Ford FW30 and FW60, so it would have been basically a Cougar and a Panther. That's what that is. That's the Ford variant. So that's pretty cool, though. At least we got the colors anyway. So there's that one. That's your Panther 4. Looking super sweet. Did an awesome job on this machine. I've used this one, and I believe I've used this one. So let's check this one out here. This is going to be a lot like the first one, so really not going to be a whole lot different. I don't know that it is any different. So you've got your industrial yellow, the orange, and the Spirit 76. So this is pretty much going to go like the same as the first one. So we're just going to skip bypass that one. Now this is the big dude right here. So this is our Tiger KP 525 and the Case 9190. Look at that monster. That's a beast. This thing will pull anything you need to pull. Even if it's overrated more than 525 horse, this thing's still going to pull. So I don't know if we got any other real options other than changing it to a 9190. Man, I like that. Look at that. I think it's awesome. Man, next time I get something going, whether I start whatever I'm going to do, we're going to start running some of this stuff. That is awesome. Let's go with we'll go ahead and stick with the Steiger. We've been sticking with it. So our wheel brand is Steiger. It comes with twin wheels, or so you can drop them off singles. What does it do if we do treble board? Same thing. You can do triples. So if you do Michelin, you can add triples onto it. Which if you had a machine that big, you would definitely want at least triples. Or the super wides. I think the super wides would be way better on a machine this large. Because these things are massive, man. They weighed like. I think I want to say they weighed like 45,000 pounds. They're crazy heavy. Put your oversized sign on if you want. Beacon lights, glass, so you can change your glass to dark or light, whichever one you want. And that does it for the KP525 and the Steiger 9190, or the Case IH 9190. That thing is awesome. I really like that. So here is the Steiger Tiger Series 3. Look at that. ST450. And that's pretty much exactly like you would have bought one right there. There wouldn't be any more option to it, really. I don't know how many of these were in the States, but I do believe a lot of these went overseas, and I think some of these are in Australia. This was a big thing in Australia. So let's see, our wheel brand. We can trade it out, change it. That just looks silly. You'd have to put triples on it. It doesn't even look right with triples on it. It looks right with the really big tires. Go back to the Lizard. Look at that. Now that looks right. Yep, that looks like it's supposed to. So let's see, number type 77 to 80, 80 to 82. What changes? Okay, so it goes from a 450 to a 470. So you either get 450 horse or 470, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't actually change. It just changes the sticker. You got 470 horse no matter what. Oversized signs, your choice if you want it. Beacon lights if you want them. Glass option, same deal. You can change the color if you want. Massive beast. Look at that. Old iron. There's going to be 0 3-point. This is a pull tractor only. That's a super sweet tractor. Now we're getting into this TST 650. I just seen this yesterday. Like I said, I haven't messed around with Farm Sim in a while. I do apologize. This dude's 650 horse. I'm not sure how they come to that number because it's basically going to be 2 350 horse or 320 horse Panthers is what this is. This is a double Panther. And they made a triple Panther too. They actually made one like this where it had a front engine and then it had 2 of these on each side. So the cab would have been in the front and it had 2 on the back. So it would have actually had triple engines. So very cool. this here, so Lizard, Wilbraham, we're not even going to change it because we know it just looks silly. That looks amazing right there. Look at that, man. That's a monster. Kind of looks like the what? I can't remember what it is. There's a big tractor. It's in Australia. It's Australian made, I believe, and it's got two big Detroits in it, and it looks pretty much like that. It's a little bit Chamberlain. It's a Chamberlain. That's what I'm thinking of. It's got a single front. It's got tandems in the back. Looks just kind of a lot like that. It's a monster. I think that might be. I don't know if that's in here. It's in 19. So you can add weights. You're definitely want to add weights. I can't believe it. I think it's 19 tons. Adds you a ton. I would think that's bigger now. Look at that, man. That's a monster. So let's see. Oversized sign if you want. You can put some beacons on it if you want. Change your glass color if you want. Put a triangle. Yeah, you definitely gonna need a triangle. So it will not. You can't put a 3-point on it. So this is still a big old pool beast. Is all this is. But most of the stuff that we have in Farm Sim is pool anyway. So that you would use this monster for. So there is the Steiger TST 650. Super nice, man. I really like that. That's awesome. Did a great job on that. So this takes us to the Steiger SC320. Man, I like that. Look at that. Nice. Look at that. Even put the little Cummins stickers on the filters right there. Sweet. Alright, so everything is green. Is our configuration green and white. I don't know what that is. I've never seen a green or white one. So we're going to go with that. So Steiger Panther SC250, you got a 320. So 250 or 320. We'll do 320. Michelin tires are your option. You've got, looks like everything. It does have its own Lizard, so they've come up with something different. Standard looks like you could do. So that's pretty cool. You can put some little narrows on it. The super, so you got your duals or the super wides. Where's that at? Yeah, super wides like that. So that you have triples. I think those look really nice. That's like really, really sweet. And this thing's clocking in at 16.5 tons. It's got a top speed of 22 miles an hour. So it's gonna get it done. Cab filter uninstalled. I'm not sure what that is. So I just gives you the extra stack. It really don't do nothing. You do have the ability to change your rim color. So if you want to run some red rims on there, have at it. You want to put some pink ones on there. It just looks kind of silly. I think I would just trim Steiger. But you know what? Black probably looks really good. Look at that. That's not too bad. But you know what? It's a cool option and you have it. So there's a Steiger 320. This would have been early 80s, mid 80s was what the styling would be. And then that leaves us with the Versatile 935. These are just as legendary as a Steiger to me. I love the old iron stuff. It's amazing to see it. Even nowadays it is. But this is straight up a 935. It's 330 horse. You have no options. It's 11.3 tons, so it's kind of on the light side compared to some of the other iron we were looking at. You do have quite a few tire options. Looks like you even got like a spray option too, which is kind of cool. I don't know why you'd put a sprayer with that, but hey, whatever you want to do. It looks pretty tough with them triples on it. Terminal. What's this terminal? What's that mean? So I don't know what that is. Exhaust options. It's got the straight. It's got the actual muffler on it. I think that turns it to a chrome pipe. That's pretty cool. Change the grill configuration. More or less by date, I would say, is why they did that. 3-point, yes. So you can put you a 3-point attacher on it. And then you can change your license plate if you want. So that's a super sweet one too. So man, if you like the old iron, you want to do some Steigers, a little bit of international, maybe some Versatile, or check them out. They are super awesome. We ran through them all. I've used a lot of these and they do fantastic. Their top speed kind of is crappy, but I mean, once you get it to your farms, you're good. I mean, you're not running a marathon. We're farming, so definitely worth it. I mean, especially starting out. Look at that. We've got a fully optioned out Versatile 330 horse machine, $113,000. Perfect, man. You can take the old iron and you can farm. So, I don't know. I hope this helps somebody. I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe you didn't know about these. Maybe you never looked at them. I mean, I love the old iron. And pretty much anything that comes out old iron, I'm going to download. I don't care if it's international. I don't care if it's Al Chalmers, John Deere. I'm downloading it. That's the stuff, man. But yeah, anyway, I hope this helps you out. Maybe you didn't know about it. Maybe you never used them. Give them a try. Check them out. See, it's a little bit unique. And I don't know. Like I said, hope it helps you out. And hope you find something cool. Maybe you like them as much as I do. And thanks for watching.